So this question wants us to simplify the following expressions. Okay, so we're going to run through this relatively quickly here. Now, the first one here, I've got 6 root 162. Well, 162 is the same as 81 times 2. And then in the denominator, I've got 5 root 8. Well, 8 is 4 times 2. Okay, well, the square root of 81 is going to be 9. I can pull out a 9, so there's a 6 there. Which is going to make that 54 root 2. And then in the denominator, I've got that 4 in the radical. Well, I can pull that out, and that becomes a 10 when I multiply that 2 by the 5. And then I've got a root 2 left over. Well, the root 2's are going to cancel. And then 54 over 10, they each share a common factor of 2. So this is going to end up being 27 over 5 when all is said and done. The next one, what I've got here is 30 root 75. Well, 75 is 25 times 3. And then this is 3 root 10. And there is no perfect square that's a factor of 10, so we're just going to leave that. But what I can do here is I can take out of the 25, sorry, that square root of 25, I can pull out a 5, multiply that by that 30, and I'm going to get 150 root 3 over 3 root 10. Well, 150 divided by 3 is going to be 50 root 3 over root 10. And now what I'm going to do is I got to rationalize the denominator. So my simplifying is kind of stopping here. Right? There's not much more I can do until I rationalize. So I'm going to multiply numerator and denominator by root 10. That is going to give me 50 root 30. I can't simplify root 30, but the denominator will become 10. Root 10 times root 10 is 10. And then 50 root 30 over 10 will become 5 root 30. I'm just going to divide out the coefficients. Okay. Next, in this one here, I've got root 4 over 5 root 3. Well, the square root of 4 is just 2. Oops, over 5 root 3. And so this one is going to require me to rationalize, so I'll multiply by root 3 and root 3. And that'll get me 2 root 3 over, well, my denominator is just going to be root 3 times root 3, which will become 3, times 5 is 15. And that is as good as I can get. That's going to be 2 root 3 over 15. This next one over here, I'm going to jump to E here because it's easier to go horizontally. I am going to rationalize by multiplying numerator and denominator by root 3. Now, in my numerator, that is going to become 4 root 3 plus root 18 all over, well, root 3 times root 3 is going to be 3. And then 4 root 3, well, root 18 is the square root of 9 times 2 over 3. Well, the square root of 9 is 3, so I can pull that out. But then there's really not much more I can do. So this becomes 4 root 3 plus 3 root 2 all over 3. In this next one, I wish there was something I could do to simplify it, but there really isn't. So I'm just going to multiply numerator and denominator by root 3. So that is going to give me root 6 in the numerator. And then in the denominator, the 2 root 3's are going to produce a 3 times that 2 in front is just going to be 6. So that'll become root 6 over 6. In this next one here, what I'm going to do is simplify the numerator there. So this becomes 8 root, well, 20 is the same as 4 times 5. And then 7 times the square root of 125 is going to be 25 times 3. Oh, sorry, 25 times 5, my mistake. 25 times 5 over the square root of 5. Now, I can take out the square root of 4 as 2, so it'll become 16 root 5. I can take out a 5, 25, the square root of 25 is 5, and 5 times 7 is going to be 35, so root 5, all over root 5. And then, just like I can do with everybody with multiplication, and I can distribute with multiplication, I can actually distribute here. Actually, I don't even need to think of it like that. I really don't need to think of it like that. This is going to be 51 root 5 over root 5, and then the root 5's cancel, and so I'm just left with 51 as my final answer.